Hi, welcome to Godayo. So, we have a special guest for today's video. I've known him for the past 4 years, I guess, from the first year of my college and up until now. So, yeah, if you want to give a small introduction about yourself, it would be great.
Hi to Kodeo fans, and I'm Sunil, and I'm doing my final year in Tyagaraja College. You might have known him, so you can.
So he has been a part of our Kodayo group for a very long time. He has been of great support. He has done so much work in the background. You might have most of the work that he has done, right? We haven't announced it yet, so those are all behind the scenes. We'll come to that later. So now I hope this is enough of an introduction, and we will get into what his area of expertise is in this video. So that is the main motive of this video, right? So if you have followed this channel for quite some time, you would probably know that most of the work that we do here is around interview preparation and programming, problem solving, data success, those sort of things, right? But there is a whole another phase to programming which we haven't touched upon in this channel, and that is where Sunil Kumar comes in, right? Projects and development in general, right? So we were doing our college, like we are doing our college, like we started at the same time, right? He is my classmate, so we both took different roads, you might say. So I was always into problem solving and interview preparation, data analysis, algorithms, those sort of things. He is he is more interested in development side of things. So that is why I thought it would be quite interesting if we had him over as a guest for this video, because he'll have so many insights that which I cannot provide you with, right? So that is why he's here, and I hope he's welcome here.
Thank you for welcoming in Kodeo, and
Uh,
I'm really
you are
feeling proud to be a
already,
part of
yeah.
this.
Okay,
Thank
you
you.
are already a part of it, right? So
Anyhow,
we
I'm
can
very proud to be a
we
part
can
of
cut
Kodeo.
that. So
Huh?
it's not necessary for you to be too formal here.
Okay.
All of us are just friends here, right? Fine. So yeah, I want you to experience his journey, right? So yeah, we will probably start from where he started in computer science, and we'll come up until what he has done today. Okay. So come on, Sunil. So when was the first time you heard about programming, or you got interested in computer science? Like
Yeah.
probably in your school, right?
Yeah, definitely it's in my school's time because I got my first PS2 in around in 7th standard or 6th standard. So I started,
PlayStation.
yeah, PlayStation.
Yeah, good,
So
great.
I started playing the game. Suddenly I felt like, what is behind this CD? What makes the game to run? So whenever I'm asking this question to someone who knows the answer, they will always end up saying that it's a software. So I thought of uh, I thought of going behind software. So I came to know that this is behind a part of computer science and engineering. So that made me to choose computer science in 11th and 12th. So I began my journey of programming there. Started with C, then C++, and I ended up in college. Had some knowledge in enough knowledge that I gathered in school for my career in college. So I was able to manage my studies as well as other activities.
Okay, so
Yeah,
when was it? Like this is one of the classic stories that we hear whenever someone regarding development comes to any show, right? They would
yeah,
probably be inspired by some gaming console and games, right? So when was it? Like was it your like around your 10, 11ish age, or later? When did it start?
That started in 7th standard. When I got the
Okay.
first PS2, I got interested in
Okay,
software.
13, 14 age. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So, yeah, great. So, you took up computer science in your high school.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, I did it as well, right? So, a couple of years, 11th and 12th standard, you are doing computer science.
Yes.
You
Almost
would
we did
have,
the same. We both did the same.
Yeah, fine. No, we are not from the same school, but we were doing schooling under the same
The same
syllabus, right?
syllabus,
So
yeah.
so most of the things would be the same. So I remember you would have done a couple of projects in your school as well, right? One for
Uh,
grade 11, one for grade 12.
This is
Yeah.
the mistake what most of the people make. Whenever I am saying that I am most interested in programming and projects. No,
Yeah, what
I
is
didn't
it?
do any projects in my 11th and 12th. I did a small project, but that is not just for my
No,
mini
no,
project.
no, no. What I was asking was, like for lab, you would do some project, right? You were to be like you're supposed to show something that you have done. No?
That and all I did.
Yeah,
Apart
yeah,
from
that is what I was asking.
Okay,
I didn't
okay.
ask about any of your personal projects there, just the ones that you did for your school.
Yeah, that I did. I just did an banking software using C++ and
Oh.
object oriented. That means
Nice.
if you think about banking, don't think about ICICI Bank or like that. I just did for LIC because my parent is working in LIC, so I just used the resources and I just built a small application for
Okay.
LIC.
Okay. So, yeah, can you, like, this was in grade 11, right?
I don't think properly. I remember properly. Probably this
Might
might
be
be
12.
in 12th standard.
Okay, not a problem. So, you were using object oriented programming?
Yes, yes, yes. Of course. This is an project with idea of using object-oriented programming.
Okay,
So
cool.
we have to use
So, so when we were doing grade 11, we were only supposed to do it in C++, right? Or did they have an option for Python as well?
Our school didn't have an option for Python. So
Yeah, we didn't
were-
either, but
Yeah.
but they were allowed to.
No, our school doesn't allow that.
No. But the CBSE syllabus,
Syllabus
okay.
allowed that, but
Yeah, we
our
did it in C++.
faculties didn't allow that.
Okay. So you were in grade 11 and you knew C++.
yeah. Okay.
And you did a project on something related to banking in your grade 12.
Yeah.
So is that when you realized that app development is the one for you, or was it at a later point you realized that?
No, that was in the later point. Initially, that was an assignment, so we have to do it for mark. But
Okay.
later, after second year, I mean, during the pandemic only, I just
Oh.
fell in love with.
Nice choice of words. So okay, let that be aside. So I personally was not into that many projects, right? Whichever the project that I did and the ones that are in my resume, all are projects that I did for my lab. None of the projects that I have done is a personal project. I haven't done any personal project. Okay, so what I wanted to ask you was, what is your first personal project apart from the ones that you did for your academics?
Personal project. Yes. So initially,
I mean, maybe like I shouldn't say, like, I don't want, like, you have done some freelance work as well, right? So I don't exactly want to go to your personal project, but what I mean is that the ones that you didn't do for your lab.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, you did that project which you didn't do for freelancing as well as for academics.
Like, you can include
started-
the ones that you did for freelancing, that is fine.
Okay. So first of all, I started with Android development. So
Okay. Just let me just ask you a couple of questions there. You started with Android development.
Yeah.
So you should have known Java earlier, or you wanted to get into Android development. That is when you learned Java. Which is the one?
No. Initially, I learned the Java. So since that was in our syllabus, so later that period, I got to know about Android Studio. So I went into Android.
Okay, nice. But why Android?
Because that was the one which I initially got attracted to, because we are using Android mobiles daily,
Okay.
and always I have the doubt how these softwares are built. Even if I use a Windows application, I will always get an query like, who are these people who are building this application? So we
Yeah.
should also explore that. So the first choice which I had was Android.
Okay, makes
So
sense.
you are the one who introduced me Android Studio.
Yeah, I think we can avoid that part of the conversation.
So
But
yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
so that triggered me into getting into Android development.
So I just want to add one point at this time, right? Because we are using quite a lot of applications these days. The operating systems or any other app for that matter, all of those were created by people just like us, right? Like I mean, they are smarter than us, but and they have more experience. But what I'm trying to tell is, those are not God-given applications. Those are created by humans as well, and they have done it by the way that we are learning to do it, right? So it is quite difficult for us to imagine such things, because the applications that we do at the start of our journey, right, most of those will be command line applications. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
So
yes. Definitely.
like
Even
I mean,
yeah, even
yeah,
I have also done that. If for for making a GUI application, instead of that, we will go with command line. We will ask for enter choice. We will provide
yeah,
the choice itself. Press
yeah,
one
of
for
course.
name. Press two for this. So we will use switch class and we will continue with that. So that was my first experience with projects.
Yeah, up until second year of my college, I was only doing command line applications, right? And then in second year of my college, I was forced to do graphical user interface, like for a lab, not for my personal project, for a lab. So I ended up making a GUI app. So even after that, for the applications that I did, I was using just command line. So what I'm trying to tell is, it is quite difficult for us to imagine yourself doing an application which is so reliable, used by many people, and such a high quality, right? But like he has done so many applications that are being used by users, so that is why he is here. Yeah.
Yes, there are apps which has so many
So
users.
yeah,
There
Sunil.
are apps which have zero users. கேக்குதா?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, fine. Yeah. So no, I'm not talking about the users. We don't need to go there. So like what I'm trying to tell is, like you started with Android, right? When was this?
So this was in my second year. I was learning
So
Java as well as I got started with Android Studio. The first
so
time is
around 2019.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great.
So
So
the first I started with this by building a login page
straight away,
straight away.
not some random.
No,
I'm
no, no,
sorry.
no. Just the login page.
Not some
Just the
random
UI.
counter. Not some tab recognition.
No, 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 no. Just got away with your
Straight
drag and
away.
drop features and just to build a page with username, password, and a button. It doesn't look that awesome at all. Just it will be having a white page, and it will have just two text fields with a button. That's all. It doesn't have
Okay.
even the backend part also.
If he still has the code, no, I'll probably try to, like he has done so many projects, I'll probably try to bring a screenshot of some of his applications over here. Like I'll try. I'm not sure if he has everything, but we'll try for some of the applications that he has done, right? So they are available in public domain. So I try to include that. You can go out and check his work, right? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I don't. I'm not going to give you the GitHub code. I'm just going to give you some snippets, or if it is available in Play Store, I'll get you the link. Yeah. Yeah. So go ahead. So the login page.
So yeah, that was the first project, and you know that I have repeated the login page project for almost 3 to 4 times. I mean, I have done the same thing for again and again without knowing because I don't know what to do for them.
Because practice makes perfect.
no,
That
no,
is
no,
why you
not
repeat
that.
it.
I don't have idea what to do next.
Okay. Okay. That is
We
cool
know
as well.
what
Yeah.
we know the procedure between a login behind a login page, but
Yeah.
we should know what should be present after the login page. Right? I was out
Yeah.
of that idea, so I didn't do anything.
Okay.
So just I was repeating the same work again and again for various designs.
Okay.
So then
How long did this take? These 3 login pages. Around a
That
month?
tunnel it took almost 2 months, 1 month.
2 months. Okay,
Because
fine.
I didn't do it continuously. Whenever
Okay.
I get time, I will do.
Okay. So
Later,
you were just doing login pages for a couple of months.
definitely.
Okay. After that,
Then my friends were using an attendance application in my college.
attendance application
Yeah,
to check their attendance, right?
yeah. So they will
So
market
I wasn't
manually.
using it.
No, you weren't the one who is using that.
Okay.
So I thought of building an app for my own.
Okay.
So that was the first application which used a database as well as decent UI,
Okay.
which has which has a register button and login page, addition of subjects and marking attendance and viewing attendance. So these were the modules that I had in the application.
Okay.
So even you are the person who was commenting on that.
Okay.
Because I was not I'm not a good I am not a good one in developing UI and all.
Okay.
So my page for every activity, you mean every page, there will be a different background.
Yeah.
So that made the worst combination in the app. So
Okay.
so that was my first app with the database and zero users. The only user was me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but you have done an application that includes database and front end, right? See, most of us here and the viewers, most of us are we are just beginners in case of development. I mean, I'm not sure if I can speak for them, but I can definitely speak for myself. I'm just a beginner, and like even the ones that my applications that involve the UI, right? I didn't do it. My other teammates did it. So I've never been into UI. I've never done the UI. So and back then I was quite hardcore. So I'd comment on people's site for like I'll not like I don't want to say I don't care for their feelings, but I felt like that I had to be honest with everyone, right? So I was the one who told him that the UI could be significantly better, and yeah, I don't even know how you took it well.
No, I
Because
just
like
took it seriously.
I just know, right?
Because after
Yeah.
after that comment, I started to use a single template for the whole UI.
Yeah.
Either that will be blank or it will have a same template for the whole project.
Yeah, uniformity. Great.
Yeah.
Then, so this was after your 2 months of sign up page practice.
Yes.
Right after that, you did an application straight away with database.
Instead of database. So this was not an what to say relational database, since it was a JSON database, because we used Firebase for that.
Okay.
So Firebase is something which beginners can use and enjoy.
Okay. I'm sure beginners can use, but I'm not sure if they can enjoy it. But yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It doesn't, yeah. They may not enjoy it, but it's friendly to use, because
Okay.
a person who doesn't know SQL also can begin using database with Firebase.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Then right. What after that?
What
So
after
this
that?
so this application, is this available in Play Store?
No.
No, you did you circulate some APK for this? Like I remember something like
Yes. Yeah,
you
yes,
did
yes.
it right.
Yes, I circulated with my friends, and one of the user was you.
Sorry, I don't remember it well.
I don't
Okay.
know whether you installed it or not, but you said the first comment, and that was the turning point, because how far we can develop an application with that worst UI.
Okay. So you developed an application. You deployed the APK among your friends.
Yes.
So like fine. So how did it exactly feel, right? Because up until then you haven't completed an application.
Yes, but for the first run, no, you will get some feeling like that we have done something better. Yes. Like
Okay. Some sense of achievement.
yes, yes, definitely. Because whenever we do something small which is beyond our imagination, it gives us best feel ever.
Okay.
So that was the moment which turned my track, because I
Okay.
was on competitive programming as well as this. But later that I did the
You decided for sure competitive programming is never gonna work. You're just
not
going to
like that.
concentrate
But
on development.
later the period,
Yeah,
I
see, the
realized,
problem is you get a lot of gratification out of developing applications. Like all the hormones rushes into you, and you feel like you have achieved something. That never comes with competitive programming, right? I mean, you actually get something, but
but that
like
is not.
yeah, only you can celebrate it, right? So if you have solved some random problem or lead code, only you can celebrate it.
No, yeah, that we
For an application, right? Yeah.
But if you are solving a problem for almost 2 to 3 hours or more than that, when the solution gets passed, no, that time is also a big
Yeah,
celebration for us.
no, I get that. I've been doing that for a very long time. But what I'm trying to tell is, like, the others can celebrate you. Others know that you have done something. Like, I cannot tell a random stranger there that I've solved some random problem using dynamic programming, right? They congratulate me for the namesake and they'll move on. But an application is something that we regularly use, right? So, like, at the end of the day, everyone is going to build application somewhere. Just we are not doing it yet. Yeah, so I can definitely agree on that. You will get a lot more gratification than me.
Yes. So that was
Yeah,
the
so
point.
yeah, that
which,
was an encouragement.
Changed my track towards app development.
Okay.
Instead of saying app development, that was the way which led me to development. So
Okay, I don't exactly see the difference, but yeah, go ahead.
okay, okay, yes. So later that after that application, as we all know, probably like opportunity knocks you once. Grab the opportunity. Like that, I had an opportunity asking for a project for a client. So that was like, do you know anyone who knows to develop an Android application?
So you jumped over it.
Yeah, just I jumped in it.
Okay.
But initially that was something related to data entry job. Data entry job.
Okay.
Uh,
So you don't have to go into the details.
yes. Yeah.
So even if you weren't confident on yourself about developing Android, you jumped on an opportunity.
Yes, I just used that opportunity. So
Yeah. So this is one thing that is really good, right? Because you'll end up learning a lot anyways, but just grab opportunities that you go.
So I just entered. No, that is not necessary. So later, after that completion of that project, the same person asked me the same question. Do you know anyone who knows Android development?
Okay.
Again, I chose yes. I know. I am willing to do.
Okay.
Later that I was a client was given for me, and
Okay.
I just did an application which does streaming of video, streaming of music, and books, which
Okay.
also includes a payment portal.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, I can see quite the growth here because you are doing sign up pages for 2 months.
Yes.
From that, you directly jump to an app with database.
Yes.
From there, you directly jump to an application that involves streaming of music and videos, and it also included payment portal.
Payment portal.
I think this is the peak, right? I mean, peak of Android development. I don't think that you can I don't think there is an application that is quite farther than this. It involves streaming and it involves payment.
Yes, but everything was split into modules, so the difficulty was increasing day by
And
day.
I just want to make a thing very clear. And you did all the modules, right?
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if it were split into modules or not. At the end of the day, you did it.
Yeah, but the difficulties was huge. So I just contacted with various developers from various companies.
Okay.
But the one who helped me was Stack Overflow.
Okay. Okay.
Because,
the god of all programmers.
Yes. Because I was stuck in a problem. Like it is something associated with authentication and streaming.
Okay.
So this was the place where I was stuck for weeks.
Okay.
So I came across the problem for so many days. I mean, I was seeing the answer for so many days, but even I didn't just give a try for that solution because I found that, yeah, what a silly answer. So I didn't
Okay.
give a try itself. So I just gone with some developers and some technical members who would try to help me in this.
Okay.
But all their problems were also similar to this, but that didn't resolve this. So I thought of giving a try for all the solutions that is present in Stack Overflow.
Hmm.
So I just started. For the first time, I used the code that is there in the Stack Overflow, which was found silly for me, but that was the one which worked for me.
Okay. Fine.
So that was the most critical part, which stopped me from deploying the app in Play Store.
Hmm.
So after later that time, I completed that module along with the payment module. Payment module is something which is associated with GPay, UPI payment only, not about card payments.
Okay. So you use some APIs, or you just forward it into Google Pay, right?
No,
Like for some recharge portals,
it's
right? You would select the plan, and when you click pay, it will move you to Google Pay. Is it like that, or you embedded a payment portal?
it's something like that. It will directly take you to the payment page of GPay
Okay.
or UPI, whatever UPI you have. It will directly take you there.
Okay.
The amount will be printed over there, and the purpose will be also printed there.
Okay.
And you have to just pay. Once you are paid, the status will be returning back to your application. So
Okay. Nice.
something related to the API, but it's almost inbuilt within that.
Okay, 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 great. So, yeah, this is a full-on application, right? It involves everything. So, how long did you exactly take to complete this application?
So yes, it was the lengthiest project I took because it started around April 13th,
Okay.
and it almost ended in September, October. So
Okay, April to May, May to
because
June, June to July, July to September, around 4 or 5 months.
yes, because my first development was in August and no, in July I think,
Okay,
and the final deployment was around in August September. But later also we did the updates and we deployed it.
okay, okay.
But that
So,
was on the back end part.
yeah, fine. So you took around 5 to 6 months. So
Yes.
at this time, were you completely involved in the application, or you did some other work as well?
No,
Like,
no, no. I
because
was completely involved in development. I
yeah,
didn't
didn't you have online classes at those times?
No, I have to manage
Semester
that.
exams, internal exams, online
I think
classes.
you are trying to put me in a picture. No, I
Okay,
was able
fine.
to manage that because that
Okay,
was the time.
but
in which,
predominantly you are involved in making the application.
yes, I was. But
So
the
five
main
hours of
seriousness.
like five months of total hard work.
Yes.
Yeah, like I could really appreciate that, because like I haven't put myself into such a pace, right? Because never have I ever been involved in a project that long. Why do you want to cut? So yeah, that is that. So never have I done a project that is that long, right? Because I only do single file applications. Because every like those are the ones that HackerRank accepts, right? So I haven't, like, even if I am stuck with a problem, if it took me more than like a couple of hours, I'll probably look at the solution. That is the attention span, or that is the patience that I have. I've never done a project that is that long, right? Probably when I get into a company, I'll get myself at this stage I feel like I'm not answerable to anyone, so I don't have to put myself through such a thing. Okay, because I can get bored easily.
Yes.
But it's quite remarkable that you have done the same project for 5 months. Really appreciate that. Actually, it took like 5 months is a really great time for that application. It has so many modules, right? So
Yeah.
5 months seems like a very reasonable time, but I don't think I'll be doing that much on my own, right? Probably when I get into a company, I'll be able to do it. But yeah, that's really nice. So this was in 2020.
2020, yes, during the lockdown.
Okay. So this was your main application, right? The one you did that you learnt a lot, right?
Yeah, this
Because
was the application which I learned a proper flow of developer.
Okay.
Because even now also the project has so many bugs.
Okay.
Uh,
So I don't think you should be saying that aloud, but yeah,
Okay.
fine.
No, because that was the first application. I don't have anyone who's. I mean, I was not proctored by someone who was that good at app development area.
Okay.
So I had to do it on my own. So
Okay.
still, after that, I learned many things and sorted the problems out.
Okay. Okay. Good. So this was in September of 2020.
2020.
Okay. So is that all the applications that you did? Because I've known you doing a lot more than that.
No. Same. So for the application, this was an user side application.
Okay.
So I had to build an admin module for this for the same
Okay. For the same
So-
application, you built a backend module.
backend module. I mean,
Okay.
admin module. So that
Okay.
was a web application.
Okay.
So this was put on halt, and I switched into web development. I used
Okay.
I began with PHP
Okay.
without using any what to say frameworks.
Okay.
So I completed almost 40 to 50% of the admin module. That's nothing but uploading video or audio or textbook. I mean a book, and editing them and deleting them. So these were the functionalities that were given to them, and also it also tracks the notification features of the app, plus the transactions that the app has made already. So these were
Okay.
the modules that admin page took care of. So later the period, we had an event in our college named F Festival, which is a celebration of Free Software Festival.
Okay.
So in that period, I came to know about a framework of PHP named Coordinator.
Okay.
So I used that in my admin application to build a secure application. So that is the most secure application that I have built so far.
Okay. So yeah, backend needs to be more secure. Fine. So you have done a couple of things at this point, right? So you have been doing Android development for this time, and for some recent time you have done some backend web development as well. So which do you like better among these two? Like I know you have done something else completely different. We'll come to that later. But among these two, like don't be confused. We'll come to that. Among these two, which one do you like better?
I like Android development the best because for UI components and all, the amount of lines that we type or the UI complexity will be less.
Drag and drop.
Not like that.
Okay.
Because the time which I used to drag and drop was in the initial stages for developing that login page and the second application, which
Okay.
used the Firebase as well. Later that I started just typing the UI part itself.
XML.
XML. I won't use drag and drop.
Okay. That's quite weird, but yeah, fine. So
No,
you,
because what will I say? I was not that comfortable using drag and drop in the later stages because
okay.
the pages has to be dynamic. So I thought of going with writing the code itself instead
Yeah,
of
this
drag and
makes
drop.
sense. Yeah. So okay, let that be that. Like I just want to know if this was the reason why you liked Android better, because when you did an Android application, you could send that to people and see their reactions, right?
Yes.
You could make them use it. You can they'll tell you how the Android application feels, right? Like some sort of input to you, like either it is good or some room for improvement. They would have probably said it. But in a back-end web application like that, I don't think you can allow other people to use it, right? So
Yes,
you
yes,
wouldn't
yes.
have probably gotten some input from your friends or anyone who you couldn't share that to someone. Like so Was that the reason you liked Android better, or innately something else is there?
No, that was one part because moreover, if you are going with Android development, we won't bother about the responsive and all. Somehow we are
Okay.
going to manage. We are going to manage to build the application within the phone itself. It's not going to go beyond the screen or go off the screen, right?
Okay, but we have phones with 16:9 aspect ratio, 18:9, 21:9, ones with hole punch, ones with notch, so many things, right? So
This will take care
Android
of
will
all
handle
the,
everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in case
Okay.
of web development, we have to take care of every screen size.
Okay.
So sorry,
Scaling.
web development. Web development.
Okay.
We have to take care of responsiveness and stuff. So that was a bit weird for me because I don't like to use CSS and all.
Okay. But generally, I've seen a lot of people think who think web development is easier than Android, and they prefer websites over not to use but to create, right? Because they create web applications rather than an Android app because
Yeah.
they feel that is easier.
This
But
is,
you're quite contradicting with that.
I'm always different from all those people who say
Okay,
web development
nice.
is easy because I am one who loves Java the most because
Okay.
I will always prefer Java over all other languages. If
Okay. So
everyone
yeah,
is,
just let me ask you one more question there. You said you like Java more.
yeah.
Which was the language that you used to crack your interviews?
This was a good question. I used the C++ for my interview. I didn't use
And
Java
why is
in
that?
any place because I used Java in all IntelliJ platforms. So
Okay.
whatever we have to use, I mean, if you have to
Autocomplete.
import anything, it will automatically import it.
Yeah.
So I don't
I
know.
get you.
I don't
Okay.
know what to import for what. So
Okay.
I use C++ because we can use just hash include. Everything will come under bit
Bits
standard.
library.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
Great.
just went with this.
Okay. So right after that, what were you doing right after that? So you have done an Android application, a full-fledged Android application. You have created the backend for that application, and it is done, right? Now, I'm trying to get at a very important or very interesting project that you did.
Yes, the most interesting project that I had in my life
Portfolio,
was,
resume, anything, fine.
yes. So that was on location tracking.
Okay.
So I got that project in the month of February 2021.
Okay.
So the deadline was very short. I had to complete that within a week. So, but I convinced them by showing a small progress. So that led me to take another 2 weeks of time.
Okay.
So I built that application. That's something that's still running in our college. That's an application that's developed for my college.
Okay.
track-
So who does it track?
So it tracks the locations of watchmen, security people who are working in our college. So it tracks their location continuously. It will update the location whenever they reach certain access points. We have certain access points in our college.
Okay.
So
like
whenever
you don't have to get into the
Yeah.
details. It's fine.
So whenever the security reaches the access point, it will be updated.
Okay.
So initially it was bugful.
Okay.
Bugful means it was because we have to use threading. So multi threads were used in this application. So I was not aware of handling threads properly.
Okay.
So because of using these threads, the memory multiplicated.
Okay.
So this will go up eating your memory, and finally end up phone to restart.
Okay.
So since
So
it's a,
yeah. So when an app uses extensive memory, it restarts a phone.
yeah. So I
Okay.
think that was the issue.
Okay.
But this is issue that is associated with the threading.
Okay.
So if you when I recognized this was that I was using I was using my own mobile for testing.
Okay.
While this application was running in background, my phone would go off in 30 minutes to 1 hour. Around that time, it will go off. So later, I used, as we know how to handle errors, we will use print statement, right?
Okay.
So just
The
like
classic
that,
technique.
yeah, just like that, I used the print statement, and I was sitting in front of my monitor for the whole 30 minutes, monitoring the print statements. So if you use a counter, you mean if you are using timer, so it will update every second, right? So when I updated that, it didn't update for every second. It updated for every millisecond, and then it ran out of time.
Okay. Yeah.
So I then when I just got to know that I didn't handle the threads.
Okay.
So later that issue was solved. But later a new issue like will the application work without internet? They asked. So
Like, how are they expecting it to work without internet?
no, certain access points in our college doesn't have a proper network facility.
Okay, so the phone stores your location and it updates when you get to
Updates
the
when you
internet.
get internet.
Okay,
So,
nice.
so
Okay.
it should update your photo as well as your location once you are with the network. So initially I just did a small gap for application like it won't work during this time. I mean from 7 to 8. So using this time we will update the data which were stored locally. I mean
Okay.
which are stored in without internet.
Okay.
So but that didn't work out it seems. So we had a separate testing department that is from our college. So they reported us that the person was having thousands of data in his mobile. It's still not uploading. So then we have to come up with. I came up with a new idea. Nothing different from the same. Instead of having a lapse time, I just merged with the actual timer. So whenever internet is there, it will automatically check for local storage and it will update it automatically.
Okay.
So this was the most tricky one that we handled. So later I thought it was bug free, but later then also it had a bug like multiple requests were sent to server at the same time.
Hmm.
So that was also handled. That was also solved with the help of Stack Overflow.
Okay.
So now the app is bug free. I think so. Still now I didn't get any updates about bugs. So I think it's bug free. It's
See,
almost
one
running
thing
for
that
6
I
months.
always say, right? No application is bug free.
Definitely,
It's
it
just
has
that
some
no one hasn't found any yet.
exactly because I gave the first release in third or fourth week of the from the date they given me, but the first bug, which was a huge one, was intimated to me later month.
Okay.
So still every bugs still it may have bugs, but I have not reported about any bugs. So.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I hope you have covered most of the applications that you did. And yeah, fine. So, it's quite a lot. So, what I wanted to ask you is a lot of developers, they have this issue, right? So, they're really excited about development. They develop really good applications. They refer everything. They try to solve every single bug that they could find. They get into testing. Everything is fine. But there comes a phase in the development cycle which no developer likes. Do you realize which stage I am talking about? It's fine. Let's just let me tell it. The documentation phase, right? So no one likes to document things. It's like a chore that you have to do, right?
Unfortunately, for the projects that I have done so far, I haven't done any documentation. So I think I am out of that point.
Okay, fine. So this exactly proves my point, right? You have did so many applications.
Definitely.
So many of these are in production right now. They are being used, right? But you don't have documentation.
Documentation, yes. If but still they are asking for the code. but I have.
Yeah, the
I
code is
have,
not enough, right?
yes,
Because
we
I
have.
could, it will take so many hours of my time just to go through the code and realize what this particular code does.
No, if consider the situation, you are doing an application and you
Okay.
are passing that application for a month, and you are
Okay.
again jumping into that application again. The code was already written by you, but when you join the code after, I mean the cycle after a month, you will see who was the person who did this code. What nonsense has he written? We will
Okay.
we
You will
will
doubt your own
ourselves.
code. You don't know
Yeah.
what your code does.
So definitely
Yeah.
there will be a big trouble
So
when
this is
someone.
why people like this is why teachers even back in my high school, right? Teachers used to say that give comments for every method that you write,
Yes,
so that you
yeah,
get to know what is it.
exactly. Yes, exactly. Because if you are giving, so consider a situation, we are using for loop, right? Day to day, we use for loop, and we use integer I. So we always use a standard variable like I for the loop.
Like it is a
So
ritual.
uh,
Like what can I say? It is a tradition. We cannot
yes,
move away from it.
yes, but when you are entering into development cycle, you should make a variable look like that's something standard. Like it should have a proper name. For if you are using that for iteration, then you can use it like iterator. If you are using that iteration for specific purpose, then you can name it like iterator for so and so. So if you are using proper nomenclature, then the code will be looking so friendly.
Okay. So okay, this is fine. You can give comments. You can use proper variables, but this will be
Still,
useful only for the developers.
yes, yes. Still,
Your
documentation is so
documentation is
important.
for all of your users as well.
Yes, yes.
So I think that you have skipped really well, but probably you should prepare some documentation at least for the last project that you did, right? Because
Yes, definitely.
some of our juniors might be involved in that project really soon,
I have to
maybe.
provide them
Yeah,
because
get them a proper documentation so that they can get into the application, right?
yes,
So probably it
yes.
will be useful.
So you can
And
see. So this audience can see here. So who is making me a good developer?
yeah, I think we can cut at this point. Yeah, we have just crossed the line between being fun and making fun of.
No,
So
no, no. Seriously, there should be someone who has to guide us to.
yeah, the guy who
So
doesn't, the coaches don't play, right? Because I never develop applications. I just complain
no,
others that they haven't
no,
done any
no.
documentation.
If those words are what to say, if those words are necessary, then we should take it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Because no, how far that I can make an application without documentation? Definitely, I need at some
Good
point of
practices.
time I should have documentation.
Yeah.
If not now, I have to do it later.
Sure.
So that was a good practice, and I have to do it.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we have had enough of your time. So hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed talking to him. So we really talk a lot, right? We are in the same class. We chose the same subjects. We have been together for 3.5 years, 4 years now. 4.5 years. Four
Yes.
years. Yeah, so we know a lot about each other, but even I like had a really good time talking with him now. So hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you have any questions for him, I'll leave his LinkedIn profile down in the description. You can go ahead and ask that, and you can ask in the comments as well. He'll come and reply to you for sure. So Sunil, if you have anything to add, you can add now.
I just enjoyed this conversation because this is something different from the usual conversation that we make. Plus, that is not in our own language, so that's something different. To the audience, this is a disclaimer. If you feel my language is worst, please don't mind it. Sorry.
Yeah, no. You would have probably understood it, right? So it doesn't matter how fluent you are. I mean, fluency helps, but you spoke well. That there is nothing to be concerned about.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I mean, it was quite short notice, right? I just called you
Yeah.
a couple of hours ago. It was a short notice, but thank you for being here and all the cooperation that you did. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching this video. And please do hit the like, at least for Sunil Kumar for his time. And for more videos like this, consider subscribing to Code.io. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye.